Welcome everybody to a new analysis of Tradomics. Today we're going to analyze the Nasdaq 100 index. On a regular basis, we are watching the index because the majority of the stocks that we analyze are listed on either the Nasdaq or the S&P or the Dow Jones. So it's a good gold rule to understand firstly where the overall index is going or at which point in time we are in order to better understand the single stocks trends. Therefore, let's start a little bit with an overview that is going back with this low in October 2022. So in October 2022, we have had a nearly upward cycle that closed with its minimum on the 26th of October 2023 after 260 days. 260 days is a median time within 190 to 338 days for a T plus 5. This yearly downward cycle has been divided in the first 6-month cycle T plus 4 and the second T plus 4 6-month cycle. On the other flip of the coin, we have had from this top occurred on the 15th of August 2022, a 6 months upward cycle that closed with this top on the 2nd of February, and with the 2nd of February, another 6 months upward cycle that ended with the top occurred on the 19th of July 2023. So if we gauge the time encompassed between the two cycles, we find that we have 117 days for the first T plus 4 and the second 6 months T plus 4 upward cycle lasted 114 days. From the top occurred here on the 19th of July 2023, we have a new T plus 5, so it's a nearly upward cycle that has reached a total duration with the candle of yesterday of 179 days. 179 days is close to the minimum duration of a nearly cycle 190 days, but it's not enough to close it. So given that with this candle occurred on the 20th of November 2023, we broke up the top from which the upward cycle started. We can expect the extension of the cycle for it at least to its minimum duration, but of course even to the median or maximum duration, to have a trend to the upside. The trend to the upside can be, of course, interrupted by the starting of some other upward cycles. So with some pauses in between, we're gonna reach the absolute top within either 190 days as a minimum duration, so by the 18th of April, but we can extend the gain definitely further. So let's have a look what happened. So the first 3-month cycle, upward cycle, ended on the 12th of October. The second upward cycle, T plus 3, ended on 28th of December. And now we have another T plus 3 that potentially has closed here with the top of the 21st of March 2024 after 57 days. Now the key question is, and this is why it's important to analyze through our T cycle analysis, because then we can expect what is going to happen next, is first of all, we don't have the minimum time to close the T plus 5. So we know already in advance that we need to at least go over the stop at $18,464. But the key question is when? Because now we have the condition to start a multi-weekly upward cycle that might be or it's already a T+2, but it might be also T+3 or even a T+4. Because through the Matryoshka frame, we can have first 3-month cycle, second 3-month cycle, third 3-month cycle, and in an ideal case, we can have also a fourth 3-month cycle or even a fifth 3-month cycle. But we can also have a 6-month cycle. If we have from the top a 6-month cycle, we cannot go back over the top for at least a month, which means that we cannot go back to this top for the entire duration of April 2024. The other flip of the coin is the downward cycle. So for the downward cycle, we have had a similar situation with a T+3, which ended here on the 4th of January. We have had actually a specular um, um, a specular, let's say, trend here, a T+3 and a T+3. Here we had a T+2 also as a downward cycle ended here, and here on the 12th of February started a new T+2. Now here we can also close a new T+3 or this second T+3. Let's go back a second. We can actually have a close of a T+3, but we might have also a close of a T+4. And if we have a close of a T+3 or if we have a close of a T+4, based on the duration, we might have some days to the downside or as a downtrend, because to close a T+3, we need at least a weekly downward cycle that is negative. But if we want to close a T+4, we need at least a T+1. So at least 13 to 22 days to the downside. So that's why it's important to understand what is going to happen from this top, because for the time being we have a T+2, because we have already some candles that are under the top, but we might have more days. Therefore, we need to close at least a T+3 as a down as a downward cycle, and here we need to have another T+2 or a T+3 or even a T+4. So be careful this month, because we have already some sign that there might be a steady state trend or a downward trend, which is more likelihood to happen versus a continuation of the uptrend. And let's monitor carefully which kind of levels will be broken up. We might expect a retracement that can land as a first step of $70,423, and subsequently, if they wanted to push further down, at $16,773. We might have a retracement, but because here we have a T+5, which is already positive, we already know that such retracement can be used to actually load long position, because we need in any case to go over the stop, because the minimum duration has not been achieved yet, 170 days out of 190. So we gonna have an intermediate upward cycle that is gonna push the price further to the downside for the next months or 2 months or even 3 months, and then to close the T+5 over the top at $18,474. Hope this analysis is useful. Here we have also on the oscillator some loss of power. So let's be careful this month and even the next one. And I hope you enjoyed the analysis. And thanks for watching, and see you to the next episode.